on Action News Sunday.
It's just so hard coming through so much.
The shooting death of a local teen, Jordan Davis, sparks a debate on guns.
More convenience store confrontations over loud music coming from a car will leave more teenage boys bloodied and dead. Handguns do not enhance our safety.
We sit down with the Davis family attorney to talk about gun safety and control.
I'm Dawn Lopez.
I'm Mike Bars.
I'm Tara Bars. I'm Lindsay Gardner.
I'm Mark Spain.
And I'm Paige Kelton.
This is Action News Sunday.
Welcome to Action News Sunday. I'm Tara Bars. An argument over loud music ends with a dead teenager and a Central Florida man under arrest. This morning, our Paige Kelton is speaking with John Phillips, the attorney for Jordan Davis's family, who says Jordan's death has sparked a renewed debate about gun control.
John Phillips, welcome to Action News Sunday.
Thank you so much.
What happened to Jordan Davis has sparked a national conversation about gun laws. What does the Davis family want to see changed?
It's
a long list.
It's a long list. You know, it's hard to be in their position and challenge the Second Amendment. It's hard to be in their position and re-challenge stand your ground. But you know, starting from the other end and working backwards, it's about changing one person at a time, realizing that that's the issue. You know, guys like Michael Dunn, you never know when they're going to react. And then trying to change the conversation about what stand your ground really is, and then seeing what we can do to make our streets safer.
And gun advocates would say it wasn't the gun that killed, it was the person who pulled the trigger.
Right, but 40% of guns in the commerce aren't regulated as to who's pulling that trigger. And you know, we're getting to the point where sports people who are known
Bob
brain
Costas,
injuries, CTE, they have all these emotional problems caused by the violent hits in their game, and they're 80% of them have guns. And so we're to the point where guns are so prevalent in society, and we're in such a culture where it's let's just react without a precipitating action, that's the problem.
Do you think the fact that Jordan was a young black man played any role in this shooting?
Michael Dunn's victory and Mike Dunn's issue is Michael Dunn's issue. Clearly, he perceived something that wasn't reality. And so to that end, it did. But it's so important that this, Jordan could have been my kid. He could have been your child. And that's the important part of this discussion, and where it's different a little bit than Trayvon, and where we've learned from the Trayvon Martin situation. Equally as devastating to the family, but we want this to be a people issue, not a black-white issue.
That was going to be my next question. The Davis family has made it clear that they see these two, what happened to Jordan and Trayvon, as very separate cases. Ron Davis coming out in an address saying that this wasn't about race, that this was about fear.
Right. It's a fear-hate issue. Again, if you're just like the guns, the gun analogy, guns don't kill people. Bigots don't control our society. And if that's what Michael Dunn was, well, we're going to have to deal with it. We're going to have to deal with people out there that consume alcoholic beverages and think violence is the answer, or resorting to, acting rather than calling the police is the answer. And we're going to deal with that. And whether it's black on white or Hispanic on white or white on white or whatever it is, that's just sensational when we have a larger problem, and it's people versus people.
Michael Dunn's attorney has made statements about he was in fear for his life, that he saw a shotgun come out of the back, and that's why he had fired. Police found no weapon at the scene. It seems that they're setting up for a stand-your-ground defense. Does that seem likely to you?
Yeah, I think they have to. I feel like there's a manual in every criminal defense attorney's desk that says if you've shot somebody, here's the first thing you do is start under the stand your ground defense. And I don't think any reasonable judge anywhere in the union is going to agree that this is a stand your ground case. But you've got the court of public opinion and jurors out there, and I don't think it's appropriate to go out there and start spewing the facts, and that's not why we're here. We're here about the message, not the facts. And that's the difference. There was no gun. There was no gun. And to say that I've been shooting guns since I was in the 3rd grade and I know specifically what gauge shotgun this was, it insults the intelligence and insults these young men.
This week, an online petition has begun to repeal the Stand Your Ground law. Tell me about that. Do you know about how that started?
I do. You can start petitions for anything, but this one had a bit of a groundswell nationally. The Trayvon Martin people and all the anti-violence groups, gave this a shot and started with the legislature on how we can precipitate changing Stand Your Ground, or at least, where the rubber meets the road of the kill first law, that part of it. Especially in public. And so what they've done is they've tried to make this more of a national issue, not just a Florida issue of here's the finite problem of where people are misusing or abusing this law, and here's what we want to change. And it's had a pretty good groundswell. They're looking for 25,000 signatures by the end of the year, and they're coming in every day.
We have a few seconds left. You are traveling with the Davis family to New York to talk on a national stage about gun laws. What's the message here?
The message is love one another. It sounds so cheesy and it sounds so crazy for the lawyer to be coming out and saying, I can solve this problem. Let's be kind. And that's the difference. If you can have a butterfly effect from Jordan Davis's life where one person was touched, and I'll tell you, I think one of the first one was me. I hugged my 10-month-old more than I've ever hugged him in my entire life after this. And if we can all change a little bit, we won't have this problem anymore.
John Phillips, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it. We'll be right back.